What's going on, class? It's your favorite teacher, Dots Cash, and I'm back with another fire lesson. Today we are getting into numerology, the basics of numerology, and how you can use it in a tactical way to help better your lifestyle. This is a tactical lesson today, so you can really implement it ASAP as soon as you learn it. Let's waste no time, get straight into it. So first, we need to define numerology. What is numerology? Numerology is the branch of knowledge that deals with the occult significance of numbers. And when you look at a definition of numerology, you will always see the key words of occults or mystical or divinity, trying to hint at the fact that it has some type of obscure relationship and is not really concrete. So today we're keeping it very basic, and I'm gonna keep it very practical so you can really use it. We're not going to get into the mystical, the obscure. We're gonna keep it very literal here. Just like I said, every time you see a definition, it talks about the mystical and obscure ways, but numerology is used in all facets of life. It's used in tactical advantages in the military. It's used in marketing. It's used in architecture, agriculture. It's used in all facets of life. So even though the definition says mystical, it's not really mystical, it's real. So there is a famous question of, was math found, discovered, or was it invented? Even though it wasn't officially answered, I truly believe that it is a combination of both. It was discovered and invented. I believe the concept of math was always there. It was always in the world. It was like a foreign language to us. We had to construct a system so we can understand it in our own way. So we invented the system of math, but the concept of math was always in the world from the beginning of time. That's my personal observation and understanding of it. Hopefully you agree with this and you can take it and implement it. So in just a moment, we're gonna get right into the meat of the matter here today, what we really came for. By the end of the video today, you will have a basic understanding of the basis of numerology, and I believe you'll have a very good understanding on how to implement it. So let's get straight into it. So a brief overview, the number system is comprised of 10 base numbers, 0 through 9. If you're in computer science, you know always start with 0. In school, we're taught 1 through 10, but the number 10 is really just the numbers 1 and 0 together, coupled together. So the basis of the number system is really 0 through 9, and then after that, the numbers are strategically coupled together to make the other numbers, whether it's 23, 54, whatever. They're these base numbers coupled together. You must understand this first before we get into numerology, so you have a solid overview on everything that's going on after. Another quick thing I want to add before we get started, these 10 numbers, 0 through 9, have their own personalities and characteristics that define them and differentiate them from the other 9. Each one different from the other 9. So first, we have the number 0. 0 represents all things. People think that 0 isn't a number, but 0 is the foundation. It's like the dark matter in between me and you, the things that we can't see, but solidifies us from being anything else. That's what 0 is. If we didn't have 0, we would be all mixed in with each other. We wouldn't have a foundation. We wouldn't have dark matter. We would just all be one consistent fluid. We wouldn't have a basis of anything. I know 0 is a very hard number to understand and it's the beginning, but 0 has a purpose. It represents all. It represents the foundation. 0 also represents dormancy. In binary coding, the computer understands ones and zeros. That's it. Your computer can do all that it does just by two numbers, 1 and 0. 0 representing off, dormancy, 1 representing on, activity, action, right? 0 representing no, 1 representing yes. So once again, 0 has a purpose. Without off, there is no on. You have to have a basis state to build everything else on top of that. That is what 0 is. Next, we have the number 1. 1 represents the beginning. 1 represents unity. 1 also represents individuality. Even though 1 can represent unity, it can also represent individuality. Everything can work together and become one, but we're acting as one system at the same time. And once again, 1 also represents activity, on, activation, the beginning. These next numbers 1 through 4, I also associate them with the different elements: air, fire, water, earth. 1 represents air. Air is all over the place. It's in between me and you, just like the dark matter. Air just flows. It's 1. You can box in air, but it's still really a part of the other pieces of air. So once again, 1 represents air, unity, individuality, the beginning. Next, we have number 2. 2 represents duality, partnership, repetition. You can do a lot with just 2. On, off. Remember, the computer does a lot with just 1s and 0s. Water is associated with the number 2 because it has peaks and troughs, up, down, up, down. The number 2 is very adaptive. 2 is associated with a lot of things. We are speeding through these because, like I said, this is just an intro. This is just a foundational understanding. If this video does well, we can get real deep into the subject matter. We're not going to talk about master numbers today. If we make another video, that video we will talk about master numbers. The next number we have is number 3. So let's backtrack a little bit, just a very little bit. And your favorite artists, we are getting very creative here. So this is a little, just to help you guys understand. First we have air, then we have water, fire, and earth. So we were on the number 3. 3 represents creativity, creation, expression. So as we continue and we really start to get deep into the subjects and everything, we will start to talk about the old alchemical understanding and study. The symbol in alchemy for fire is a square. So that's how I remember it. 3 is associated with fire, square, 3 sides, everything like that. And once we get to number 9, you will see how all of this really starts to come together, really. And you kind of will see it here with number 4. 4, you will start to see it. Number 4 represents stability and strength. So like I said, you will start to see how. So when we double these 4 basic numbers, these 4 elemental structures, number 1, when you double it, you get 2. Air flows just like water. So when you double 1, 1, you get 2. So you see the consistency there. Number 2, when you double that, 2 and 2 get 4. The characteristics of number 2, I said, was partnership, duality. If you double that, when you have more than one duality, you start to get structure. You start to get strong. You start to get stability in whatever you're doing. That's how number 4 represents stability and structure. It's represented by earth. When we get to the alchemical symbols, it's a square, right? Next, we have the number 5. 5 represents freedom, exploration. A lot of times I like to think of numbers in the sense of military tactics, right? So 5, in the game of basketball, you have 5 players on the court. The number 5 can be represented like a, this is how you know I play basketball, like a 2-3 defense. Like a 2-3 defense. And with that, you have all corners covered. You have the 2 people in the front that are leading. They're helping each other. You have the 3 people in the back that are supporting the 2. They're the structure. They have the 3, right? So if you think about it like a military, if you have them in this 2-3 positioning, you have people covering everything. You can explore like this, right? I might be losing some people, but I know a lot of you understand what I'm saying here. 5 represents freedom, exploration. It really starts the journey where you can branch out to whatever you wish to do when you hit the number 5. And with the number 6, next we have number 6. So what did I previously say? When we double the 4 basic numbers, we get some other numbers that are associated with them. So the number 3, when we double 3 times 2, we get the number 6. The number 3 was creativity and expression. So if you double that, you get real passion, you get love, you get desire in whatever you're doing. When you see somebody who is very creative and they start to level up and they double what they currently know, you start to get real passion and creation. So just think about it. Like I said, the number 3 is represented by fire. If you put 2 fires together, you get a bigger fire. Fire also represents passion. Fire represents love. So a creative person, when they double what their current standard is, if they double that, they get love in their creativity. So 6, for numbers 5 through 9, I'm most likely just going to draw, the systematic ideal look of it. It's not really associated with elements. So back up a little bit. I put 5, 2, 3 defense, 6, 5 with 1 on top. So if this was a military team advancing, they could, if they needed to, they could break off into 2 teams of 3. Creation, creativity, passion. These 2 teams of 3 are combined to make 1 team. So this burning desire to advance and get to the point that they need to is active in that number 6, the 6 different individuals. Next we have the number 7. The number 7 represents spirituality, Christ consciousness, inner understanding. So when you have 7 people in a team, you have a true understanding of what you are doing. You have basically all you really need. You really don't have any holes. So your outside is complete. You start to get a better understanding from the inside out now. So Christ consciousness, inner understanding. Seven looks like a house. True completion, understanding, understanding. I don't like that word. I don't really like changing the word, but understanding goes well here. If this was a military team, they have everything that they need. They have a point man, they have stability in the back, everything that they possibly need. Christ consciousness, inner understanding, the number 7. Number 8, stepping back to when we double the base numbers, 4 times 2 gets you 8. Number 4 was stability. So if you double stability, you get abundance. You are overflowing with whatever you need. The number 8 is represented by abundance and prosperity. With the number 8, you are overflowing with whatever you need. The number 8 is also represented by financial growth and just obtaining any financial goal that you really want and need. So this number 8, I was saying you had all you needed at 7, but this number 8, you are overflowing. You absolutely have everything. You are stable times 2, 4 times 2, abundance. Number 4 representing stability. You double that. You, like I said, once again, you have abundance. You have absolutely everything you need. You're overflowing. You can give away some and still have a full team with what you have. And lastly, number 9. The number 9 represents divinity, divine 9. With number 9, that's one more than abundance. Everything is divine, it's perfect. You're really perfect at 9. We're at the end of the basic number system. And just a visual representation, 9, 3, the number 9, 3 teams of 3. You can construct these numbers however you want. I'm just keeping it basic. But divine 9. I know we've all learned this at school. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90. Like, you could do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The number 9 is so divine. Divine 9. So this is my representation. 0 is all. 1 represented by air. 2 represented by water. 3 represented by fire. 4 represented by earth. 5 represents freedom, exploration. 6 represents passion, desire. 7 represents Christ consciousness, inner understanding. 8 represents abundance. 9 represents divinity. And the reason I wanted to teach you guys this today is because a lot of the other things that I teach you will be based on already having an understanding of numerology. We will assume that you already understand this. This is why this is so important to understand. A lot of the other things I will teach you in the future is assuming that you already have a understanding of numerology in this video here. So, like I said, this will be very basic, very brief. We're gonna end it here. If you learned something new today, please comment what you have learned. If you've learned something new today, please send it to a friend or family so they can learn something as well. If you like what we're doing here, please support us, buy some merchandise, like the video, subscribe, comment, so this can be put into your algorithm and you can get more videos like this, not even just from me, but other content creators out there. Visit us at www.thenorthernstars.co, where you can find more information about us. You can contact us there. If you guys have any more video ideas that you would like to send me, either comment them or send them to me personally on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever you want, at DocsCash everywhere. And once again, very brief. Thank you guys for joining us today. Thank you guys for being so great. Thank you guys for being so cool. And as always, stay cool, stay in school. Peace out, family. Stay cool.